You're listening to the Real Elevation podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hendricks, and here we discuss topics on personal fitness, well-being, and elevation of mind and body. Join us as we help build and grow a community of real, elevated men and women. If you're currently feeling frustrated, flat, and fed up with life, or want to be a physically and mentally elevated individual, you're invited to join us each and every week here on the Real Elevation podcast. Welcome to the RE family and get ready to elevate your mind and body. Welcome to the Real Elevation podcast. I'm your host Mike Hendricks, and today we have another outstanding, informative and elevating show for you. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome all first-time listeners to the podcast, and be sure to stay to the end of the show where I will be sharing all my social media links where you can connect with us as we continue to grow and expand the Real Elevation podcast community. Welcome. Thank you once again. Really appreciate you joining me this morning for another fantastic show. Now, today we are talking about setting ourselves up for success for 2025. Prioritizing your fitness and setting a strong foundation as we go into 2025. Now, you might be wondering why it's important to do that and why it's important to prioritize our fitness. So let me just break it down for you so you fully understand and set the foundations. We know as we get older, our bodies naturally lose muscle. We lose our joint mobility, stability, a little bit of flexibility, and this can accelerate as we age over time. But the good news is, with the right attitude, with the right outlook and the right practices, we can combat that. A fit, strong, pain-free body isn't just about looking good, it's about living a life where we can move around more freely, more effectively, enjoy the things that we want to do, whether that's playing football still, playing with your grandkids, going out for long walks, getting outdoors, and obviously staving off any sort of risk of chronic disease. So if you're over the age of 40, 45, going to your 50s or over, it's essential about maintaining and improving your fitness and your well-being. So it's not an option. This is something that you need to be doing. It's essential. Every small effort now will pay the huge dividends for you in the future. So what we're talking about focus on fitness first. 3 key steps to fire up your fitness for 2025. Focus on fitness first. 3 key steps to fire up your fitness in 2025. So what are those key steps? We're going to dive into those right now. So step number 1, build a sustainable routine. Now this is a big hurdle for many people because they don't have the time, or their perception is that they don't have the time. So building a consistent routine beats intensity and working out hard every single time. So you need to think about how you can stick to a plan that you can do consistently, fit seamlessly into your busy working weekly, daily schedule. So what does that look like? First of all, you can look to have an audit of your schedule. Look at windows of opportunity where you can maybe free up just 20 to 30 minutes. Yep. So it doesn't have to be a long period of time. So is there 30 minutes in your morning? Is there 30 minutes throughout the middle of your day? Are there 30 minutes in the evenings? Yeah, find out where you can potentially invest a bit of time in your physical activity or dedicating something moving you forward towards your fitness goals. But 2, start off simple. Don't focus on doing too much too soon. Focus on basics. Yep. Simple exercises that you can do. Working with a coach, they can identify the best type of exercises for you moving forward and look to fit those into that window that you may have identified, whether it's a 20 minutes window in the morning or lunchtime or in the evening. Yep. Number 3, track your progress. Make sure you're paying attention to what you're doing on a daily basis. Making notes, seeing how you've improved. It's important that you can keep yourself or help to keep yourself motivated by tracking your results. Seeing your progress over time helps to really keep you motivated and focused on the end goal. And number 4, make time for recovery. We've talked about this before, and this is something, a key element, one of the fundamental principles that we talk about in the Real Rejuvenation Program is rest. Making sure we've got time to recover, rejuvenate, replenish, restore the body so you can tackle and take on each day with maximum verve and energy. So there are 4 steps that you can do. Look at your schedule, start off simple, focus on keeping it simple, track your progress, and build your recovery. Doing those 4 steps will help you to build a sustainable routine moving forward. Number 2, second key step is to prioritize strength training or prioritize resistance training. Now, why is it important? Now, strength training is the foundation of your youth. You know, muscle is your medicine. You may have heard me say that, or other people say that's true. The more muscle you have, the better your body is able to sustain a youthful, energized feel. Now, it doesn't have to be a huge amount of muscle. We're not getting you to go into the gym to you building up muscles like any sort of bodybuilder or powerlifter. It's sufficient muscle for you. It's going to help to boost your metabolism. It's going to help improve that bone density, and it prevents muscle loss when you're looking to maintain it. So doing strength and resistance training will help to maintain that muscle. As we are getting older, we are more susceptible to losing muscle. So maintaining it with resistance training or strength training is key. So what can you do to help to maintain and sustain and develop strength training? Number 1, you can focus on what we call compound movements, a term you may have heard me say before. So we're talking about exercise such as deadlifts, talking about the bench press, we're looking at lunge exercises, things that build and develop our what we call functional movement patterns. So things that we do in our everyday life, like getting in and out of our car, sitting up and down from the toilet seat, getting up and down when we're playing with our children, whatever it may be, in terms of functional movement patterns, normal patterns that we would see executed in our everyday life. Develop and look at working on those type of exercises. Remember to start where you are. That's insight number 2. And I mean start where you are, because if you're new to strength training, thinking that you're going to be able to do all these complicated exercises that you may see people do, or maybe advised to do by certain influencers or gurus, you need to start where you are. So if it's just doing a basic, what we call sit to stand squat out of a chair, that's perfectly fine. Develop your ability, and over time, you can look to build on that and grow on that. Again, working with a coach, working with an expert who's knowledgeable, who's had proven results, applying their techniques with previous clients will help to guide you. Insight number 3, you can look at training smart and not long. Yeah, training smart, not long, not hard. Often we get sucked into thinking, well, if we're not training hard, it ain't going to be beneficial for us. I'm here to put that myth to bed. It's all about training optimally and efficiently according to where you are. I've said 90 to 120 minutes a week for most people will be sufficient enough for them to see real huge enhancements in their health, their fitness, and their personal performance and output. 120 minutes a week. Think about that. That's not a huge amount of time. That could be broken down into 4 30-minute sessions or 6 20-minute sessions. Whatever it is for yourself, you can do. And I'm sure if you looked at your schedule over a course of a week, 7 days, you could find, if you're not doing it at the moment, 120 minutes. And then what you can also do is insight number 4. You always hear me advocate this, is work with an expert coach. If you're unsure where to start, if you're not sure exactly what you need to be doing, why spend a lot of effort and energy trying to struggle and work it out yourself. Working with a coach can help you to understand the importance of strength training and making sure you're doing the right type of training according to where you are on your health and fitness journey. Now, prioritizing and your strength and fitness, your strength and fitness capacity and your ability will be made easier when you follow those 4 insights. So working with a coach, train smart, not long and not hard. Remember to start where you are and focus on those compound movements. Doing those will help you to prioritize your strength training and keep you strong for longer. So a reminder what we're talking about here. We're looking to set ourselves up for success in 2025 as we draw to the end of 2024. Focusing on fitness. 3 key steps to fire up your fitness for 2025. Yep, we're focusing on fitness. 3 key steps to fire up your fitness for 2025. So to recap, we spoke about build a sustainable routine. We spoke secondly about prioritizing strength training or prioritizing resistance training. And number 3, fuel your fitness with proper nutrition. Now, we know nutrition is an area that for many people that don't pay a huge amount of attention to. They focus a lot of the time on the doing of the action of fitness, actual exercise, yeah? But we also need to understand that we're only as good fitness-wise as we are nutrition-wise. We need to make sure we're fueling our body with the correct nutrients, vitamins, macros, minerals, all those good things you know about, you've heard me speak about, you've probably listened to countless times on different podcasts, but it's key. Fitness results are 80% nutrition and 20% exercise. So we're talking about fitness, but you're not going to get those fitness gains, you're not going to get that growth, you're not going to get that development, you're not going to get that benefit unless you're fueling yourself with proper nutrition. Make sure you do that because it will ensure that your workouts and any effort that you do regarding exercise is effective and will allow your body to recover well. So how do we go about doing that? Number 1, master the basics. You've heard me say this many times before. So focus on lean proteins, whole organic foods, so food which is as close to nature as intended it to be. So minimum ingredients, yeah? Healthy fats, plenty of organic fruit and vegetables. They're just the basics, yeah? We're doing that 80% of the time. We're not going to be going far wrong. Eating fuel for our type. And remember, when we're talking about types, we're talking about mixed type. So someone who's better off eating a diet of mixed carbohydrates and proteins and fats. Protein type, someone who is better off predominantly having more protein type foods, and obviously a carbohydrate is for someone who is better off predominantly eating more carbohydrate type foods. I talk with my clients in detail so they can really over and understand this concept of eating according to our type. So that's very important when it comes to making sure that we're fueling according to where we are on our own personal journey. So mastering the basics. Secondly, we need to stay hydrated. Drinking at least 2 to 3 liters of water a day to maintain our good energy levels. That's very important. Timing of the meals. When are you eating your food? One of the questions that we ask, or question categories that we ask our clients is, you are when you eat. So when you eat according to your type is very important. So understanding that, getting the right balance between meals of proteins, carbohydrates, natural fats. So making sure you know what is optimum for your body is key to making sure you're fueling yourself properly. And then insight number 4 is just stay away from those crash diets. I'm speaking to you now in December 2024, and come January, typically we see an uptick in people going on quote-unquote diets. Stay away from diets. Learn to understand how to eat and practice good eating behaviors that are good for you. Having a diet that doesn't really serve you is not eating according to your goals, not eating according to what your body needs and wants. You need to learn to understand what's right for your body. So stay away with diets. And when I'm talking about diets, I'm talking about your typical diets that are very focused on restricting diets, omitting certain types of food. Learn to understand what your body needs. Learn to understand how you need to fuel your body for success. So those 4 key steps, those 4 key insights, how you can fuel your body with proper nutrition, mastering the basics, keeping yourself well hydrated, timing of your meals, so eating at the right optimum time for you, and avoiding and staying away from those typical faddy or crash diets. So they are the 3 key steps to Fire Your Fitness in 2025. We spoke about build a sustainable routine. That's key step number 1. Key step number 2 is prioritize strength training or resistance training. And we've just spoke about number 3, fuel your fitness with proper nutrition. So my question is, now that you know those 3 key steps to fire your fitness in 2025, are you going to take action? Is that something that you are going to do? Is it something that you feel that you've come to a point now? You may be someone who's one of these seasonal changes of your ego type or your avatar, and you're going to do it again come 2025 January, only to find that February, March time, you've defaulted yet again to type. Is that you? Is that something that you can relate to? I know I've been there. Each year promising myself, I'm going to do this, going to do that, only to find that for whatever reason, it doesn't quite happen. So I get it, I understand. But 2025 can be your transformative year. Just remember that I'm here to share and inspire you into that mindset. But it starts with taking the right action, building a sustainable routine, prioritizing your strength training, and fueling your body properly. They're the 3 steps I have just shared with you, and you'll begin to create momentum when you take action on those 3 key steps. Remember that it's all about you and adopting a mindset that it's not too late. So even though you may have tried and failed before in the past, try to let that go. I'm not here judging or saying that you can't do it. You can do it regardless of where you are now on your fitness journey. Getting the right support, putting yourself in the right environment, taking the right action is going to be essential for you to live in your best life in 2025 and beyond. But I want to hear your story. I want to hear something that you can do. Do you want some help with it? Reach out to us. You can connect with me on all the different social media platforms. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. Just search for Mike Hendricks. On Facebook, just look for Mike Bobbitt Hendricks. On Instagram, you can find me on Hendricks Holistic 44. Why not check out our different YouTube channels? You can find the links in the show notes where you can connect with me on these different platforms. And I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear how you are getting on your fitness journey and how you're going to set yourself up for success in 2025. So that's it for today, guys. I'm sure you found today's episode insightful and uplifting. Until next time, remember, be well, be wise, be cool, be calm, and keep it real. Blessings and chi. Peace.